There is purpose hidden behind every pain. I say that again. There is purpose hidden behind every pain. Once again, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on wherever you're watching me from. I remain your transformation ambassador, Mr. Fabian. And today I want us to look at yet another captivating episode of our Discovering God's Purpose in Your Pain. And today I caption a purpose hidden in pain, dash the story behind your scars. The story behind your scars. In John chapter 20 verse 27, the Bible made us to understand that then said he, that is Jesus talking to Thomas, then said he to Thomas, reach hither thy finger, and behold my hands, and be not faithless, but believing. Talking about scars, we all have them. Some, you can see them on our wrists, some on our knees, some on our skins all over. Others are buried deep on our hearts. Some are right there on our minds. Some in our memories. They remind us of where we've been. Scars also remind us of what we've survived. And sometimes the scars remind us what we'd rather forget. But what if I told you that your scars are not signs of defeat, but proofs of survival? And that they are not the end of your story, but the evidence of purpose hidden in pain. And if you doubt that truth, just look at Jesus. After the resurrection, Jesus didn't come back with a flawless, untouched, polished body. No, he came back scarred, still bearing the holes from the nails, still marked by the spear by his side, still visibly wounded. Why? He wouldn't. Why wouldn't the Son of God rise without blemish? Because the scars were part of the message. When Thomas doubted, Jesus didn't rebuke him. He showed him his scars. He said in John chapter 20 verse 27, that reach hither thy finger, behold my hands. It wasn't the sound of his voice or even his words that turned Thomas from a doubter to a believer. It was the visible, undeniable wounds. Jesus' scars preached a sermon, a message that still echoes today. Yes, I was crushed. Yes, I was pierced. Yes, I suffered. But look, I'm alive. I overcame. And you will do. So your scars are stories in ink. The scars on your life, whether emotional, whether physical, relational, or spiritual, are not a curse. They are a canvas, a testimony, a trail of God's grace in the midst of life's hardest chapters. You see the wound, but God sees the witness. In Romans chapter 8 verse 18, the Bible says, for I reckon that the sufferings of his present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us. So, even the painful pages have purpose. Even the nights we cried in silence, the betrayal you barely survived, the illness, the addiction, the abuse, God is not just healing you. He's writing through you. He's not ashamed of your scars. In fact, he will use them to reach someone else's healing. Now stop and think about it. What if that heartbreak becomes the reason you can counsel the brokenhearted? What if that diagnosis becomes your platform for encouraging others in faith? What if that failure becomes the bridge to someone else's freedom? What if that scar becomes the spark that leads someone else to Christ? So you can see that God doesn't cause all wounds, but he can use all wounds. Yes, it's true. So I wanted to declare this today, that my scars are not shame. They are signs of survival. My pain is not pointless. God is telling a story through it. I am not broken. I am becoming. So the next time you look at your scars, don't hide them. Hold them up like Jesus did. Let them testify. They might whisper of what hurt you, but they shout out louder of the one who healed you. So if this speaks to your heart, comment, "There is purpose in my pain" below, and tag someone who needs to hear that God is still writing through their scars. Share this today. Someone out there is mistaking their scars as shame when God sees them as sacred. I want to bless God for you for always showing up towards what God is doing through us. Please send us your testimonies of what God is doing in your life, how the transformation effect that are already happening in your life through these messages in our comment section. Let us know how we need to improve and serve you better. Thank you, and do have a nice day.